the Parks and Rec to order. And I'll read the notification that we're supposed to read from the governor. This meeting is being held pursuant to Executive Order, I believe it's now 78, issued by the governor of the state of Tennessee. It is being held electronically due to the need to protect health, safety, and well-being of the citizenry, and without objection will proceed in that manner. As such, all members of the committee must be able to hear the chairman and each other. And I believe that's been taken care of. If you cannot hear other members, please notify the chairman immediately. All votes will be done on the open meeting app here. If you would go ahead and hit your present button, please. We'll have roll call. Okay, and I'd like to address the minutes of our last meeting, which were a long time ago, it seems. The minutes of the Parks and Rec Committee meeting from October 6, 2020 at 5:30. Do I hear is there a motion? Thank you. Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Aurello and seconded by Commissioner Tunnicliffe. Are there any objections or additions to the minutes? Okay, then now we're ready to vote. Vote yes, no, or abstain. If you need to change your vote, do so at this time. Let's see. And it's not showing up. Okay, it is 5 yes, and the minutes, the consideration of the minutes passes. 5 yes, 0 no, and 1 absent. Our first resolution is 3/22/12, resolution appropriating and amending various county general budgets by $1,975,945.21 and the solid waste fund by $4,004.78. The proceeds are to come from the Tennessee CARES Act Management System, the coronavirus relief funds. Is there anyone to help us out with this resolution? Gordon, are you ready to address this?
Yes. Yeah, I'll be glad to, Commissioner Hester. And Paul, went through this yesterday with the budget committee, but you can see that Parks and Recreation is one of the departments that is having money placed back into our budget that's part of the relief package, the federal relief package. And, and these just covered various budget expenses, things for like PPE and personnel for certain Corona and COVID related items. So this basically is just putting the money back in that the county received as part of the COVID relief from the federal government.
Okay. Let's see. This resolution, I believe, Commissioner Aiello had the motion, and the second was Commissioner Tunnicliffe. Are there any questions about this resolution? All right, then if we're ready to vote, thank you. If you're for, push your yes button. And anyone needing to change for their vote, do so now. Okay, and it looks like it passes. We have 5 yes, 0 no, and 1 absent. All right, let's move on to the next resolution is 3/21/14. Resolution appropriating and amending the 2021 Parks and Rec Department budget by $13,000. Revenues to come from participant fees. Do I have a motion? Okay, Commissioner Tunnicliffe moves to approve and seconded by Commissioner Aiello. Gordon, do you want to speak to us about this, the Performing Arts Center?
Yes, ma'am, I'll be glad to. This is during this past year, since July 1, we have been able to do some levels of programming. And this is money in that we received from some activities that we were able to schedule following all COVID guidelines at the Performing Arts Center. And basically this was just ticket sales, and you can see it's coming in as revenue and then going back out as an expense.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions? I don't know why I'm getting feedback, but okay. Any questions? All right, I guess we're ready to vote. And if you'd like to change your vote, do so now, please. All right, it looks like this resolution 3/21/14 has passed with 5 yes, 0 no, and 1 absent. All right, thank you. And next is resolution 3/21/15. Resolution appropriating and amending the 2021 Parks and Rec budget by $133,446.09. The revenues to come from donations. I do have an explanation. Let's see, and thank you, Commissioner Aiello, for the motion, and Commissioner Tunnicliffe for the second. Do we have an explanation?
Yes, Madam Chair, we do. Once again, these are examples of us being able to offer programming. This 130 some odd $1,000, $133,000 came in from a couple of different sources. It came from youth basketball fees collected throughout the county. You can see that that was put in an expense line item to cover officials and scorekeepers. That was $57,749. We received regular payments from some of the renter groups, renters, Excel Swim Club, Tennessee Soccer Club, and we usually use a lot of those those fees that we collect to offset expenses in maintenance and repairs around the soccer fields and so forth. And so that's going back into an expense line item. And then we collected $45,437 from the soccer organizations, and that is used strictly for turf maintenance. So once again, this is just an example of how the different Community Rec Association and the partners that we have providing these youth services contribute back to Parks and Rec.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Ramsey? All right, then it's time to vote. If you need to change your vote, do so at this time. And it looks like we have 5 voters, and this is passed. This resolution is passed 5 for, 0 against, and 1 absent. Okay, let's move on to resolution 3/21/25. This resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a lease agreement with the City of Franklin for the periodic use of Fieldstone Park for adult recreation leagues. Do I have a motion? I do. From Commissioner Aiello and a second from Commissioner Lawrence. Gordon, you want to help us understand this, please?
Yes, ma'am. I'll be glad to. This is something that we do periodically. We have a contract with the City of Franklin that allows the county's Parks and Recreation Department to use the facility at Fieldstone Park, which is owned and operated by the City of Franklin. And we've been playing softball out there for years and years. And this is just the agreement that we have that allows us to continue to provide that service.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any questions? If not, it looks like we're going to get this loaded up to vote. All right, and you vote now on resolution 3/21/25. Looks like everyone has voted. If you wish to change your vote, do so now. But looks like we have 5 yes, 0 no, and 1 absent. All right. Are there any other discussions on Parks and Rec? Gordon, do you have anything to add?
I just really would just like to say I'm glad to be able to have a meeting with you guys again. It's been seems like it's been forever since we were able to have these types of discussions, and so I'm thrilled to death to be doing that. Things are going well with Parks and Rec. We actually have had a very successful, what I would consider to be a successful year so far. Even despite COVID, we've generated almost $3 million in revenues. And we've done so with a lot of limitations. And I feel really great about the progress we're making with the relaxing of some of the guidelines that we've been operating from the Tennessee Pledge. Every time we see an opportunity for that to ease up a little bit, we cautiously move a step ahead. We always get all this approved through the county's attorneys and risk management. So we feel like we're protecting the county by taking just these small steps towards getting back to normal. Projects that we have ongoing are going well. And we're about to open up the gymnasium construction at the indoor sports complex. Since the last time we met, we've opened up a mountain bike park out in the Leapers Fork, Hillsboro area. We are about to get bids out for the construction of items at the Peacock Hill Nature Park. And then we are in the planning stages with a private developer who is putting a sewer system in on property that's adjacent to the park that we're going to be developing in Bethesda. And we've got a meeting next week. And once we get everything finalized for our part in the development of the sewer, we're going to be able to get the design work finished up and get phase 1 of the Bethesda Park project out to bid. So it's really been business as usual with just the COVID exceptions. And once again, I'd like to brag on our staff. They've done a fantastic job during this past year. I'm extremely proud of the way the Parks and Recreation Department has responded and continued to serve the residents of Williamson County during this time. So if anybody has any questions for me, I'd be glad to try to answer them as best I can.
Okay, I see no questions at this time. Thank you for your time, gentlemen, as it seems. And do I have a motion to adjourn? All right, I have a motion by Commissioner Aiello and a second by Commissioner Tunnicliffe. Seeing no objections, and I believe we are adjourned. Thank you. Bye now.